violence or no other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, cyberspace? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
We're also following more breaking news. A triple shooting outside of a high school in Lauderdale Lakes.
And that's where we find Local 10's Terrell Fournay. Terrell, what do we know about this situation so far?
Well, there's gunfire playing out on the football field right outside of Boyd Anderson High School. The Broward Sheriff's Office actually just wrapping up their investigation here on the field, but they are still on scene. But we want to get to this video as...
Wow, so we had Akeem Talib and his brother catch a body on the field. And now we have another shooting at a football field. This is ridiculous. At this point, I mean, football games have been getting shot up in the community, but at this rate, with this type of frequency, I've never seen. These super balling gremlins are on demon time.
So we explain exactly what happened. About 8:30 tonight, investigators say that there was a sporting event playing out on this field. In fact, we've spoken with a number of people who tell us that there were actually kids, Little League games going on here as part of that sporting event. But at some point, there was gunfire that sprayed part of the...
Wow, so a Little League game. They shooting up the Little League games. They shooting at the kids, man.
Crowd, or in the direction of the crowd. 3 juveniles were hit. They have since been rushed to the hospital, and as you can imagine, people fled their seats. They fled the area as fast as they could. That is evident by just the amount of debris and items that have been left behind. We've seen shoes. We've heard of reports of people leaving behind their cell phones and their keys. So many items left behind, and some of the damage is evident on a lot of the equipment that Boyd Anderson uses here on the football field as people raced away for their safety. But I can tell you, out now live here, it's unclear if police have anyone in custody, but we have been told that those 3 juveniles who were shot at this event, they have received non-life-threatening injuries. So that is a slice of good news here, but certainly a big investigation on the football field at Boyd Anderson High tonight. Reporting live from Lauderdale Lakes, Terrell Fournay, Local 10 News.
Right now, a Little League football game in Lauderdale Lakes ended in a triple shooting.
The victims are 3 juveniles.
She called to the left.
Local 10 News reporter Parker Branson is live at the scene with the latest.
Janice, good afternoon, and we are hearing that there was possibly gambling on this Little League football game, and that is what caused the shooting. Today we know that 3 juveniles...
Wow. They were gambling on the game. This is ridiculous, man. Doing the most. And then to shoot each other over a little bet on a Little League football game. These super gambling gremlins are on demon time.
Juveniles are in the hospital. A football field turning into a crime scene Sunday night in Lauderdale Lakes. Shots were fired at some point while Little League football was being played on the field at Boyd Anderson High. The Broward County Sheriff's Office says they got there around 8:30 and found 3 juveniles that were shot. The 3 were taken to the hospital to be treated. Witnesses say everyone there was running for cover as the gunfire erupted. You can see all the debris left over from the chaos. Local 10 News is working to find out if any arrests have been made. And authorities are working to find out what exactly led up to this shooting. They are asking for any cell phone video, anybody that might have any information on that, to give them a call. You can call Crime Stoppers. Of course, that number 954-493-TIPS. We're live in Lauderdale Lakes. I'm Parker Branson, Local 10 News.
Okay, hope somebody makes that call. Thank you, Parker.
A Little League football game ending in a triple shooting. The victims are 3 minors who were all hospitalized.
The witnesses say the chaos stemmed from a conflict between some gamblers.
And think about how this could have affected their football careers. Being shot, they could have had some career-ending injuries there. I mean, this is embarrassing.
Local 10's Alex Finney joining us live from the scene. This is Lauderdale Lakes with the details on this one. All right, Alex, fill us in.
And so, Christy and Janice, what I can tell you is we are still waiting to confirm that, to see if that actually does stick, if this stemmed from some sort of gambling. But what I can tell you that we do know for sure is that gunfire erupted here late last night. You had really young children playing in a Little League game, everybody running for chaos. Take a look. A football field turning into a crime scene Sunday night in Lauderdale Lakes. Shots were fired at some point while Little League football was being played on the field of Boyd Anderson High. The Broward County Sheriff's Office says they got there around 8:30 and found 3 juveniles that were shot. The 3 were taken to the hospital to be treated. Witnesses say everyone there was running for cover as the gunfire erupted. You can still see the debris left over from the chaos. Wow. Local 10 News is working to find out if any arrests have been made. And so what I can tell you here is that the Florida Youth Football League was playing against the Boynton Beach Bulldogs. The person that was over and spearheading this game, one thing that he did say is that they are looking to see if they can reschedule this game because...
Wow, they want to reschedule the game. Look, man, if they gambled on this one, they definitely gambling on the next one. I don't think that's a good idea. If they are going to reschedule, it should be a private event, only coaches and players. This is getting too dangerous, okay? You know, we saw with the Duke and BYU scandal where Rachel Richardson lied about being called the N-word while she was playing volleyball, and then they sectioned off the next game to where it was a private viewing where only coaches and players could view the game, and media, of course. But with these Little League games, they probably need to do the same thing.
Really, it's not fair to the children. But of course, we are working to figure out the conditions of the people that were taken to the hospital. And of course, the latest in terms of where the investigation stands at this point. As soon as we do get more information, we'll be sure to pass it along to you. For now, this is the very latest live in Lauderdale Lakes this afternoon. Alex Finney, Local 10 News.
All right, Alex, thank you for that.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And we're learning more about a Little League football game in Lauderdale Lakes that ended in a triple shooting. Neighbors telling Local 10 what they believe led up to the violence.
The
victims are all minors. Local 10's Alex Finney is live in Lauderdale Lakes with the latest developments. Alex.
And Eden and Sanella, it's our understanding that those 3 minors are still in the hospital. I actually spoke with someone today, the man that was overseeing this event on Sunday, and he says that it's actually started from some sort of dispute that happened in the neighboring area, and that it spilled over onto the football field, leading to where we are right now. A football field turning into a crime scene Sunday night in Lauderdale Lakes. Shots were fired at some point while Little League football was being played on the field of Boyd Anderson High. The game was between the Lauderdale Lakes Vikings and the Boynton Beach Bulldogs.
The kids were still traumatized as of today. They were crying.
Delvin King describes the chaos that unfolded and how children were running and ducking for cover.
One parent even said she's teaching her son that when you hear gunfire at a game, this is what you do. This is how you drop down on the field. This is how you get out of here. And that's sad.
The Broward County Sheriff's Office says they...
And yeah, it's sad, but guess what? It was a whole bunch of people from the community at that game, and they still don't have any suspects. So y'all saying it's sad, but then the people who are doing these things, the perpetrators, are able to move within the community with impunity.
They got there around 8:30 and found 3 juveniles that were shot. The 3 were taken to the hospital to be treated. Witnesses say everyone there was running for cover as the gunfire erupted. You can still see the debris left over from the chaos.
And that's sad that your 6-year-old, your 7-year-old, your 10-year-old has to learn how to do these things in order to survive.
It's very, very sad. And so we are still working to confirm some details here in terms of what actually surrounded this argument that grew into a much larger issue, leading to the 3 people that we now know are in the hospital. As soon as we do get an update on that, we'll be sure to update you here on air, but also over at local10.com. I do also want to say this, that it seems as though there are talks to reschedule this game, this Little League game that was supposed to start and end here peacefully yesterday. For now, that's the very latest live in Lauderdale Lakes. Alex Finney, Local 10 News.
Turning now to a crime alert and the frenzy that unfolded on a football field when gunfire rang out during a Little League game. And the 3 people who were hit by bullets are all children. Local 10's Alex Finney is live in Lauderdale Lakes with what witnesses say happened before bullets went flying. Alex.
And Sanella and Eden, just a little while ago, we actually spoke with one of the victims' parents. He says that his son got caught up in this gunfire. He was actually shot in the leg. Thankfully, he is recovering at home. But so many people startled while watching this game yesterday.
I got awoke by my wife. She was shaking me, saying, "Get up, Lil Willie got shot."
A father speaking to Local 10 about his 18-year-old son, Willie James Cheatham III, who is recovering after getting caught in crossfire while watching a game.
And as they proceeded to walk through the game, they went up in the stands, and he said that someone came from behind the stands with a mask and started shooting.
A football field.
What type of mask? Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask.
Turning into a crime scene Sunday night in Lauderdale Lakes. Shots were fired at some point while Little League football was being played on the field of Boyd Anderson High. The game was between the Lauderdale Lakes Vikings and the Boynton Beach Bulldogs.
The kids were still traumatized as of today. They were crying.
Delvin King describes the chaos that unfolded.
Oh man, they did my man Delvin wrong. They put he was a mother. They did my man Delvin
still traumatized
dirty.
As of today. They were crying.
Delvin King describes the chaos that unfolded and how children were running and ducking for cover.
One parent even said she's teaching her son that when you hear gunfire at a game, this is what you do. This is how you drop down on the field. This is how you get out of here. And that's sad.
The Broward County Sheriff's Office says they got there around 8:30 and found 3 juveniles that were shot. The 3 were taken to the hospital to be treated. Witnesses say everyone there was running for cover as the gunfire erupted. You can still see the debris left over from the chaos.
My heart dropped to my feet. I was panicking because, you never know the outcome of a gunshot.
Facts.
Very, very scary for all parents and loved ones involved. Now, we are still waiting to get an update from BSO about exactly all the details surrounding this shooting. One thing I do want to mention that parents as well as game goers have been telling us throughout the day is that this shooting, according to them, had nothing to do with the kids that were on the field or all the hype surrounding this game. It seems as though this started outside of the football field and then made its way onto the field, which leads us to where we are right now. The investigation continues. For now, that's the very latest live in Lauderdale Lakes. Alex Finney, Local 10 News.
Just so sad that kids had to experience this. Thank you, Alex.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.